guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and in today's class we are going to continue with our content on grade 9 math. Okay, the topic today is on the distributive property. So now again, the distributive property was covered last year in grade 8 math, so maybe you do remember how to apply it. However, in grade 9 you have to take it a step further. Okay, I have to do the distributive property, and then I also have to collect the like terms and put them together. Alright, so if you're not sure what like terms are, please check out my previous video, okay? And the video is just called collecting like terms. Okay, that way before we go through the distributive property, you know what like terms are. Alright, so with that, let's get started. We're going to dive right in, and I'm going to choose some examples from the textbook, and we're going to do the examples together. Alright, so let's try this one here. Okay, so this is negative 3. Okay, we're going to do 2n squared minus 8n, all right, plus 5. So this is basically what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to go through some simple examples first. Okay, so everyone remembers what distributive property is and how to apply it. What I'm going to do is I'm just multiplying. Okay, so you see how the negative 3 is outside? I'm going to multiply each of the terms inside the brackets with the negative 3. So the first term, I'm doing negative 3 times 2, so negative 6n squared. Okay, whatever the variable is here, I'm just going to keep the variables the same, all right? And then I'm going to go to the next term. So when I was first going through the distributive property, I always liked making the arrows, okay? That way I know which terms I'm multiplying together, all right? So the second term, it's going to be, I'm going to do negative 3 times negative 8. Again, make sure you're taking the signs in front of the number. So the negative 3 and negative 8 makes it positive 24n. Just like that, okay? We're going to take the negative 3 now and multiply it by positive 5, okay? Which is equal to negative 15, okay? So again, I do have to remember the rules for integers, okay? And again, if you're not sure, just make sure you first review that. So if I have two negative signs, it's going to make a positive, all right? And in the last term, I had negative 3 and positive 5, okay? So if you have a negative and a positive number, when you multiply it, okay, here your answer has to be negative. And again, teachers will take off marks, okay? If you're not writing the proper sign, make sure you're going back and checking over your answer, okay? Is everyone good so far? And I think this is a good refresher, and I think everyone will remember how to do the distributive property. With that, let's try one more example. So I'm going to take this off. All right, and we're going to try this example because on the outside, okay, there is also a variable. So we're going to do 5h. Okay, and inside the brackets, I have 3h squared, okay, minus 7h minus 2. And I'm going to close the bracket there, okay? So again, I'm going to draw out the arrows, okay, so everyone can see that and what we're multiplying, okay? So the only difference this time is that I have a variable outside the brackets and there's nothing there. Again, it's not 0. This is h to the power of 1, okay? So with that, let's multiply the first two terms, okay? So I'm doing 5h times the 3h squared. So I'm going to do 5 times 3, which is 15. And again, okay, because we are multiplying here, I'm going to add the exponents together. So this is going to be h. I'm doing 1 plus 2. So h to the power of 3. Okay, is everyone with me so far? So we're going to go to the next term. Okay, I'm doing 5, okay, times negative 7. So this is negative 35. So again, inside the bracket, this h is going to be to the power of 1. Okay, so I'm doing 1 plus 1. So negative 35h to the power of 2. Okay. And you can do all of this basically in one step, okay? Because this isn't a really complicated question. Okay, let's go to the last term here. I'm going to do 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10. And I still have this h, okay, to the power of 1. Again, I don't need to write the 1 on top whenever I have that exponent. Okay, it's only if the exponent is greater than 1, that's when I have to indicate it on top of the variable. Okay, so this looks like our final answer. Okay, it is 15h to the power of 3 minus 35h to the power of 2. Okay, and the last term is minus 10, and it's h to the power of 1. Okay, but we're not writing the exponent there, so I'm just going to leave that the same. All right, so this is how you do the distributive property, but what we're going to go through now is an example where I have to use the distributive property, then I also have to simplify it by collecting the like terms, okay? So it sounds a little complicated, but it really isn't, okay? Let's try this example. Okay, and again, all these examples are coming straight from the textbook. We're using Principles of Mathematics grade 9. And again, this is most likely the textbook you'll be using in school as well. All right, so let's try this example. So I'm going to pick something simple. So this is 3, okay, bracket x plus 2, okay? Again, make sure you're always watching the signs, okay? The signs are really important. Okay, if you write down the wrong sign, your answer is going to be wrong, okay? And I don't know how many marks the teacher is going to take off for that, okay? But at the end, it will add up, all right? So we're going to do 4, and I'm going to do x minus 5. Okay, so this is our question here. What we're going to do is you're going to do the distributive property, okay? And I have to do it separately for both of these terms. Okay, let's start with the first one. All right, I'm going to do 3 times x, which is 3x. Okay, and then in the second term, I'm going to do 3 times 2, which is equal to 6. Okay, so I'm done basically with the first term here. So we're going to move on to the second term, all right? And we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do 4 times x, okay? So 4x. Okay, like that. And the second part, I'm going to do 4 times negative 5, okay? So again, it's positive and negative. Your answer should be negative. So negative 20, okay? Are we all good so far? Okay. I'm going to write down basically one more step here, okay, where you're putting the like terms together. And usually, when you keep doing a lot of practice questions, you'll get really good at these questions that I won't have to do this one step in between, okay? But for now, what we're going to do is still write this step out, okay? So I'm going to put the 3x, and again, I'm going to underline it, okay? So 3x plus the 4x, okay? And again, notice I'm underlining the sign that is in front of the number, okay, when I'm putting it together. And then we're going to put these numbers together. So I have plus 6, okay? And this is minus 20. All right, so just like that. Okay, and remember in grade 9, just like in grade 8, you can use your calculator for all these calculations, okay? Especially if you feel like maybe your integers are a little weak, you get confused with the sign. Use your calculator and put it in there to make sure there are no mistakes, okay, with the signs for the integers. All right, so right here, we're going to write down our final answer on the bottom, okay? So that looks good. This is just going to be 3x plus 4x equals 7x. And I'm just adding the numbers together here, okay? And here I'm going to do 6 minus 20, which is negative 14. Okay, does everyone see that? Okay, so this is basically our final answer. It's 7x minus 14. Okay, so you notice that I did the distributive property. After I did the distributive property, I just put all of the like terms together. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, let's try maybe one more example. Okay, and we're going to put the like terms together here. So I'm going to take this off. Okay, again, remember to do a lot of practice questions, okay, from the textbook. The teacher might assign maybe just a few questions for homework. You should try to do as many questions as you can, okay? And once you get the actual concept down, you don't have to actually study so hard for the unit tests or the final exams. Just keep on doing these practice questions over and over, okay? So let's try maybe one more. Let's try this one. So I have negative 4. Okay, y plus 1 and then we're going to add that to 2, okay, and 2y minus 3. Okay, so at this point you should have a good grasp of the concept, okay, because the last example was also really good. And this one is very similar. So let's open up the brackets here. So we're doing negative 4 times y, negative 4y. Okay, and then negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4. I'm done with the first term here. We're going to move on to the second term. Okay, so 2 times 2y, okay, is equal to 4y. Again, make sure you're watching the signs here, okay? And in the last term, it's going to be 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. Okay, everyone is good? We're going to put the like terms together here. So as you see, negative 4y, I'm still going to underline it, okay? So we don't mess up any of the signs. And this is going to be plus 4y. Okay, so I put the y's together, and now you're going to put the numbers together. This is negative 4. Okay, and this is negative 6. So if you look at the terms here, okay, for the y, whenever you have a negative and positive number, they just basically cancel out here, okay? So this is negative 4 plus 4, which is 0. So I'm just going to make like a line through it. It's just gone. I don't need to put it in my final answer. Okay, when you put the numbers together, this is negative 4 minus 6, which is negative 10. Again, okay, make sure you're not putting negative 2, okay? If you're not sure, again, the signs are the same here. They both are negative. And when the signs are the same, I have to add the numbers together. And you're taking the sign of the bigger number, okay? And I see that the 6 is negative here. So I know that my answer is also going to be negative. All right? So today's video covered basically the distributive property for grade 9 math. And again, the question will just say expand and simplify. And whenever it says simplify, I'm just putting all the like terms together. All right? So that looks good. And I hope everyone learned how to apply the distributive property and simplify and collect the like terms together to get basically the final answer. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see everyone next time. Bye.